AVC. Sorry about the clobber, but I've literally just come in from work. I know in my last video I said I would get a couple of videos out for contest entries. Yeah, I lied. So this is a couple of days after that. What can I say? Life got in the way again. So anyway, regardless, this is positive. This is positive. This is for Rob at Black Star Vinyl. His 50 subscribers, which when I looked this evening is now at 103, so way past me. Well done, mate. Well deserved, because Rob actually puts the effort in. He puts videos out on a regular basis. If you like your rock stuff, particularly the sort of stuff I used to like, and still like to a certain extent, which is that sort of 1980s melodic rock type stuff, he's your man. Okay. This is a contest entry for Rob's One and Out contest. So what Rob wanted was bands that had produced one album and then disappeared. And I thought long and hard about this one. I struggled a bit. Rob, you bastard. What can I say? Then I looked at my collection, and it turns out that even at a cursory glance, and this isn't looking at everything, I had quite a few. So, what Rob wanted was 8. I could have done 8 with an A to B apparently, but I haven't done that. So I've gone for all vinyl. I've not touched the CDs this time round. So I've gone for 8 pieces of vinyl, which I think mostly are worth your attention. Some more so than others. I'm going to start off with the first one. This is Ashton Modern Pilgrims. I do apologise for the glare. I'm trying to negate it as much as I can. But as you may have noticed, I've had 1 or 2 drinks before I've come back from work. It happens sometimes. Anyway, Ashton. This is Mark Ashton. He was in Rare Bird before this. He's now an artist in the south of France. He's well worth checking out. This is the sort of guy who is what art is about. You know, he loved his music, he did his music stuff, and then he's moved on into a more, perhaps an area he's more appreciated in, I don't know. But this is a superb album. Came out in 1988, and it's a bit of an AOR album, bit of a hard rock album, bit of a psych album. Out of all of them, it's AOR. So if you don't like it, what can I say? But he's got some great players on this. There's a couple on guitars, as well as himself. He's got Mandy Mayer, who appeared in both Crocus and Asia. He's also got Bob Brown, who for a lot of years has been the bassist in Elton John's band. I love this album. Can't put my finger on why that is, but I love it. It's just one of those albums that clicks. It's a mishmash of styles. I mean, like I say, largely it's AOR, stroke melodic rock, but it is a brilliant, brilliant album. Well worth checking out. If I was to nominate one album out of all of these, this would be the one. So there you go. That's Ashton, Modern Pilgrims. Now this one is an album by a band called, whoa, where are we going? There we go. Again, I do apologise. I have had a drink. Blue Mountain Eagle. This is a reissue. This is a Record Store Day release from 2 years ago, I think. Originally came out in 1969. They were classed as the new Buffalo Springfield. It's a pretty much direct kind of reproduction on Atco. It is what it is. It's kind of psyche, it's kind of Americana, it's kind of country rock. I love it. It's a really good album. I'm not even going to try that. Alcohol's got in the way. But try it out. Might be your bag. Given your musical tastes, who knows? But what the hell. Anyway, moving on. Oh, fucking hell. There you go. Sorry. Excuse the French. Like I say, it's been a long afternoon. Bricklin. This is a 1986 album. It's pop rock, AOR. Most of the guys never did anything beyond this. There was one guy, I can't remember what instrument he played, bass springs to mind, but I could be wrong, called Ian Cross. Ian Cross became a producer and engineer who went on to do albums by Anthrax and Urge Overkill. It's not the greatest album you'll ever hear, but there's a lot going for it. I can understand why they were wanting out, but I could have also understood if they'd gone on to produce other stuff. Very sort of pop rock, very easygoing. Yeah, Bricklin. The car it's named after, actually it's not named after the car. It's named after two guys in the band. Who are they? Brian Bricklin on guitar and vocals and Scott Bricklin on vocals and guitar. I'm sure there's a difference there. Anyway, the thing I remember more about the word Bricklin is there was a car from America which was supposed to be some sort of supercar type thing that appeared in a pack of Top Trumps that I had years ago. So if you remember Top Trumps, there you go, Bricklin. This is a fucking weird video. Anyway, moving on. 1986 again. Oh, Jesus Christ, left and right. Come on, Chris. GTR. £1.99 I paid for this. Bargain. And it is a bargain. This is Steve Hackett and Steve Howe from Genesis and Yes, respectively, with Max Bacon on vocals. Max Bacon appeared in a couple of bands, Nightwing and Bronze. And I've got one Nightwing album on CD now. I think a Bronze album on, maybe it's the Bronze album on vinyl. This is just great proggy AOR kind of stuff. When the Heart Rules the Mind is a superb track. The Hunter is great. It's a good album. If you like that sort of 80s style of stuff with slightly prog edge, can't but recommend this. Now, I put this one in as it's their only studio album. And long after they broke up, there was a King Biscuit Hour live album release. So, Rob, if this discounts me for having a one and out, I do apologise, but I had to put this in because it's such a good album. There you go. Right. Couple of my favourites. Oh, you see, I nearly got it wrong again. Huzzahs. Hagar Sharon, Arson Shrieve. So, Sammy Hagar of Montrose, Sammy Hagar, Van Halen, Barbarito's fame, Sean of Santana, Journey fame, Aronson of, I'm now having to look down, bloody hell, Rick Derringer, and a number of other things. Shrieve of Santana again, so Sean obviously had a connection there. I mean, Kenny Harrison I've got on loads of different albums, so why I had to look that up, I've got no idea. Again, the alcohol's had something to do with it. You know, I've not been on the VC for a while. I've done one video which you've probably seen before this, or if you haven't, at least I posted it before this. Life has got in the way somewhat, and alcohol has been a friend. You know, it works for some people, it works for others in a different way. I always find it positive. But anyway, Huzzahs. Brilliant, brilliant album. It's partially recorded live. It's a mixture of classic rock, AOR. The version of White Shade of Pale on here is brilliant. I mean, I love Sam Hagar's vocals. What am I going to say? Sean's guitar playing really tight. Rhythm section, brilliant. I love it. I mean, yeah. Listen to it. For crying out loud, listen to it. I'll put that down gently, honest. We're going to go obscure now. 1988. Jojo. These guys are from Germany, Hamburg. I cannot for the life of me remember why I bought this album. It's pop rock, AOR. I listen to it once about every 5 years. And it's by no means bad by any stretch of the imagination. But it is what it is. I haven't listened to it in about 4 years, 11 months. So perhaps I'm due another listen. It's a great album. For what it is. Out of all the albums I've shown today, and I will show today, it's the one I'd probably least recommend. But that's going from memory. We are talking, like I say, 4.5 years ago, if not longer, since I last heard it. But never ever seen it on the VC before. So maybe that's a plus point. Maybe this is negative. Maybe it's more people have got better taste than I have. What can I say? But there you go. Jojo. Another £1.99 album. And worth way more than that. From 1986, this is Rosabella and Zazu. How to describe this? Singer-songwriter Rosabella. She was a model. Decided she wanted a music career. Walter and Becca from what do you call them? Oh, good God. Yeah, Walter and Becca from those guys, you know, produced Arja, all that kind of stuff. Memory's gone. What can I say? Steely Dan, that's them. You know, Nair for Dildo. Sorry. Anyway, Rosabella, brilliant. One and Out. This is superb. Absolutely superb. If you like a singer-songwriter, lounge music, in that Steely Dan type of vein, slightly clever, slightly jazzy, slightly loungy type of stuff. Brilliant. I love this. It's one of those albums I will never tire of listening to. Absolutely brilliant. It was actually a top 20 hit in the UK. Damned if I can remember that ever happening. I was introduced to this album by a psychiatric nurse called Susan, who I used to go to a local rock club with, and she introduced me to this album. And if I remember nothing else about Susan, and trust me, there are one or two things I will remember, it will be this album. And finally, okay, 1988 again. There's been a lot of 80s albums, but I bought a lot of albums in the 80s by bands that would never ever do anything other than what they've released. This is Roxanne. Again, this is a sort of AOR, pop rock, hard rock type album. Most notable for the fact it's got a cover version of Wild Cherries' Play That Funky Music, White Boy on it. Again, don't think I've ever seen it on the VC, because most people on the VC have got better taste than I have. But I like it. It's a great album. It's just one of those things you don't come across that often. It is what it is. It's of its time. It's 1988. I would defend myself to the hilt for owning this. I would laugh at anybody else who owned it. But there you go. That's my 8, mate. 1 and out. I'm sorry I've been a little bit squiffy on this video. But trust me, there'll be subsequent videos that I'll be slightly more squiffy on, because I'm planning to do another 3 tonight. So you've come out trumps. So cheers, Rob. If you don't know Rob, I'll put a link below. You should know Rob. Like I say, he's got more subscribers than me, and probably, well, that's not probably about it. He deserves more than me. He actually puts videos out on a very regular basis. They're all interesting. The guy's got a real passion for his music, and, you know, what can I say? Watch his fucking videos. Again, apologies for the French. I will try and mitigate that in subsequent videos. And apologies, Rob, for the cultural language that has appeared on your contest video. But hey ho, it is what it is. Take care, Mara. Bye now.